My dear, I wouldn't want you to catch cold. There.
Good afternoon.
For a minute, I thought I summoned the genie of the lamp.
Surely you don't believe in that sort of thing?
I don't know. There was a time I didn't believe in ghosts.
Really? What are you doing with that?
I think this would look nice in the alcove. What do you think?
It stinks.
Captain.
Madam, that was a simple statement of fact. The lamp stinks. Just wait till you light it.
Well, I think it's nice. You've got so many goodies here.
This wheelhouse is the last private retreat left to me. Do you realize that you were the first female ever to invade it?
The second.
Oh, that. That was a gift.
Oh, from the artist or the model? Ooh. What a magnificent chest.
Madam, belay that. That chest is not to be opened ever. Its contents are personal.
All right.
I want your solemn oath that you will give this chest a wide berth.
You just told me not to open it. Don't you trust me?
You're a female. Pandora was a female. Eve was a female. Historically speaking, your sex has shown altogether too much blasted curiosity.
Captain, if we are to continue to share Gull Cottage...
All right. All right, Mrs. Muir. I trust you. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a little reading to do.
Captain, that isn't fair. I trusted you to trust me.
Good afternoon, ladies. How do you do?
Oh, hello. Hello, are you Mr. Gregg?
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm Vanessa Peekskill. I was told you're the man who could help me.
Well, you bet I am, Mrs. Peekskill. I happen to have some of the finest homes listed with me in all of New England.
It's Miss Peekskill.
Oh, Miss Peekskill. Well, Miss Peekskill, can you afford to buy a house?
I think so. I have an inheritance.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I think I have just the house for you, Miss Peekskill.
I don't want to buy a house.
Oh, I see you'd rather rent.
No, Mr. Gregg.
Well, then, how about some insurance? Public documents? Say, would you like to get married?
Mr. Gregg, I hardly think we know each other well enough for that.
No. You see, I'm a justice of the peace. I perform marriages.
Well, what I really want is a favor.
Oh, well, all right. Who could say no to someone with your inheritance? Oh, charm. Lovely, just lovely.
Thank you. Would you take me out to Gull Cottage?
Miss Peekskill, listen to me. I have been to Gull Cottage. And take my word, it's nothing. Absolutely nothing. Honestly. Oh, hi, Mrs. Muir. Oh, that's her, Mrs. Muir. Wait one moment, please. Mrs. Muir. This is Carolyn Muir. This is Miss, what's her name? You tell her.
Hello, Miss What's Your Name? What am I supposed to tell you?
Well, I'm Vanessa Peekskill. I just asked Mr. Gregg to take me to Gull Cottage, that's all.
Gull Cottage? Oh, I live there.
Oh, well, marvelous. Then you can take me.
No, she can't. Tell her why you can't take her to Gull Cottage. Go ahead.
Well, you see, I'm a writer.
So am I. Well, I mean, I'm going to be, so we have something in common.
I'm afraid that won't do. She has too much work to do. She's clickety-clacking right all day on that old typewriter, turning out miles and miles of deathless prose.
Well, I promise not to disturb you. Please, Mrs. Muir, I'm terribly interested in Gull Cottage, and I've come such a long way.
Well, I'd like to help you, but
Yeah, that's right. She would like to help you, Miss Peekskill, but he won't let her.
Who won't let you?
Her dog.
The dog won't let you?
Mean dog. Vicious, terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Tell Miss Peekskill how terrifying that is.
more.
Well, he's vicious. Goodbye, Mrs. Muir. He's vicious. Tell him.
He's wound awfully tight, isn't he?
I'm afraid that's not the word for it. I would like to help you, Miss Peekskill, but I'm afraid it isn't practical for me to have visitors at Gull Cottage. Bye-bye.
Mrs. Muir, I think I have something that might make you change your mind.
Well, I'm afraid nothing would make me change my mind. It's just beautiful.
Oh, I just knew as a fellow writer you wouldn't be able to resist those letters. Well, would you mind waiting a minute? I just want to check with your dog.
I will not be mean to this girl, and I will not be inhospitable to the girl, and I won't allow you to be either.
Madam, this is not...
I know what you're going to say. I've heard it over and over before. Madam, this is not a public tavern. Madam, this house was not leased as an hotel. Madam, I will not have my privacy invaded, etc., 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 etc. The fact is, Captain, that as long as I pay the rent here, I can invite anyone I choose to stay as long as I choose. What do you say to that?
I say it's not very hospitable of you to leave your guests standing outside all this time.
These are my children, Candy and Jonathan.
How do you do?
Hi.
How do you do?
Hi. Come on, Jonathan.
They're both very cute.
Thank you.
Where's your dog?
Right there.
Somehow I pictured him differently.
Hello there.
He's a little high-strung.
Isn't everybody around here? Oh, what a lovely place. Ideal for a writer.
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe would have been at home here. Sometimes I think he is.
Oh, that must be Captain Gregg.
Yep, the old barnacle himself.
Oh, what a magnificent man.
That's exactly what I said when I first saw him.
He's so fiery, so dynamic looking.
He has a temper, too. Children, why don't you go upstairs and get started on your homework, huh? Come on.
He must have been quite an ogre from the stories we've heard about him.
Oh, no. No, you're mistaken. These are some letters written by Captain Gregg. They were written more than a century ago, but I just got them.
Well, the mail has been slow.
Oh, no, I mean, I just got them from my mother. They were written by Captain Gregg to my great-great-grandmother. This one's my favorite. My beloved, the memory of your beauty sails the lonely, watery wastes with me, and I am alone no more.
He wrote that?
I see your radiant face in my mind's eye, and rough and raging seas grow calm.
So, the old goat turns out to be a pussycat. How about that?
This is the part that I like best, Mrs. Muir. Your hair is a storm at midnight, your eyes black pearls from the ocean deeps, your voice an angel song in the wind.
I think that'll be enough for now.
She can't stop now.
I wasn't stopping.
Mrs. Muir?
Would you like to go upstairs and freshen up before dinner?
Oh, no, I'd like to start looking for some material about Captain Gregg and my great-great-grandmother. Do you have any idea where I should begin?
Tell her to try the attic.
The attic?
The attic?
You can't go in the attic.
You just suggested it.
Of course you can go in the attic.
It's a private sanctum.
It is?
But not to her.
But not to you.
Thank you.
Here. Let me show you the way, Miss Peekskill.
Thank you. Excuse me.
May I take your coat, please?
Well, at least your privacy won't be invaded for long. She's promised to work as quickly as she can gathering her notes, and then she'll be off.
Hospitality, Mrs. Muir. Hospitality. Let the young lady stay as long as she pleases.
Oh.
Go to the sea chest, my dear. Open the sea chest. Vanessa, open the sea chest.
Why doesn't she come down from there? Do you suppose she's heard about my cooking?
Sweetie pie, will you run up to the attic and tell Vanessa we're waiting for her?
Vanessa's awfully pretty, isn't she, Mommy?
Yes, she is.
Can I dye my hair black just to see how I look?
No, you can't.
Hey, Mom, wait till you see what's going down the steps.
Oh, now what's he up to?
Vanessa? Vanessa?
Where did you get those clothes?
In the attic.
What is that?
I found it in the sea chest. It's my great-great-grandmother.
Her hair is a storm at midnight. Her eyes black pearls from the ocean deeps. Her voice an angel's song in the wind. Oh, Mrs. Muir, isn't our guest captivating? Oh, the sight of her in that gown.
Yes, about those clothes, Captain.
Yes, I suppose I should explain.
Oh, it's no concern of mine. You don't owe me any explanations. But I certainly think I deserve one.
The contents of that sea chest were meant to have been a trousseau for her great-great-grandmother. I prefer to keep them hidden until Vanessa arrived. Vanessa. That was her great-great-grandmother's name, too.
And that seemed inevitable.
The girl is the very image of her ancestor. It's reincarnation.
Oh, isn't that nice? A ghost who believes in reincarnation. Don't you think you're a little old for her, Captain?
Has she indicated how long she'll be staying?
Well, that all depends. She's searching for the letters great-great-granny wrote to you.
Oh, what a pity. They were all lost at sea, you know.
They were. Well, then in that case, there's no reason for her to stay any longer, and I'll just go down and
Now,
tell her that...
Mrs. Muir. I said that Vanessa could stay here as long as she pleased. My house is her house.
Actually, Captain, your house is my house.
My Vanessa used to sing that, too.
She's a quarter of a tone off.
Good night, Mrs. Muir.
Somehow, Mrs. Muir, somehow I feel I belong here. From the moment I walked in, I felt as if this were my home.
Really?
Oh, yes, I could stay here forever. These are ideal surroundings for a writer.
Mom likes it because it's quiet.
Oh, I should think so.
Well, actually, it's too quiet. It gets on my nerves.
Oh, but the isolation should be helpful to you.
No, it isn't. One misses the company of others.
Oh, but the atmosphere. You must find it so stimulating.
No, I find it depressing.
Somewhere along the line, I missed something.
Don't you really like it here, Mrs. Muir?
Well, the place has many drawbacks. You know, the plumbing's always breaking down, and it's cold and creaky, drafty.
Oh, that's wonderful. I mean, I'm glad you feel that way.
Why?
Because I've been thinking of buying Gull Cottage with my inheritance. Oh, I love it so. Every dusty corner is filled with romance. It's a palace of the past. Each piece of furniture with its own wondrous story to tell. And since you don't like the place, I really wouldn't be putting you out if I bought Gull Cottage.
Hey, Mom!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mom, she wants to buy our house. Where are you going, Mom?
What? Just thought I'd go get something to eat.
Muir. I was hoping to find you alone.
Were you?
Yes. We've had so little opportunity to be alone together lately.
I've noticed that.
I have something to show you. I bought this in Morocco in 1842. I didn't know if a contemporary lady would like it. Do you mind trying it on?
It's lovely.
It's beautiful. You have a flair for that sort of thing.
Why, thank you.
I only hope it looks as well on Vanessa.
Vanessa?
You see, the shawl was originally intended for her great-great-grandmother. But of course, I wouldn't dream of giving it to her if you thought it was unsuitable.
I think she'll like it very much.
Good. I know you'll find some graceful way of presenting it to her. That is, if you don't mind.
No. No, I don't mind.
Good.
La 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 la.
Claymore Gregg here.
Hello, Claymore. This is Carolyn Muir.
Yes, Mrs. Muir.
I've had some second thoughts about Gull Cottage,
Uh-oh, I knew it.
and I was wondering if I could get out of the lease.
Absolutely not.
Well, I think I have a buyer for you.
How soon can you leave?
As soon as possible. Could you come out this afternoon?
Mrs. Muir, wild horses couldn't drag me out there again, but money could. I'll come right out.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, how was school?
Fine. Mom, are we really going to leave Gull Cottage? Do we have to?
Oh, we don't have to. It's just for the best.
But why is it for the best? Yeah, why is it for the best?
Well, it's hard to explain. It's... Vanessa wants the house.
Well, don't we?
She seems to belong here. They were meant for each other.
Who were meant for each other?
Vanessa and the house.
Oh, but Mom...
Now, come on, kids. Listen, who'd like some milk and cookies?
Females.
Vanessa, go up to the attic. Go to the attic and look in the sea chest. Vanessa, go up to the attic.
Oh, well, where is she? You don't think something's happened to her, do you?
What could have happened to her?
Why do you say that? Oh, the new owner. Miss Peekskill, I had these papers drawn up for you to sign.
What are you doing?
Mrs. Muir, that man was a rat. An absolute bink. My poor, poor great-great-grandmother.
Isn't she well?
She's dead.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Miss Peekskill. When did she die?
In 1881.
Well, we all have to go sometime.
Mrs. Muir, I am sorry to say that I found what I was looking for. Another letter.
Where did you find that?
In the sea chest. I just had an urge to take another look. Listen to this. My dear woman, it's time to end this comedy. Did you really think I would surrender my freedom to someone like you? That hypocrite.
Who?
Captain Gregg.
Miss Peekskill, let's not speak ill of the dead.
And to add a crowning blow, he tries to justify himself. Listen to this. At least I am concluding this petty interlude honorably. The coward does it with a kiss, the brave man with a sword.
What was that last line again?
The coward does it with a kiss, the brave man with a sword. Oh, I hate him. To think that I was infatuated with his memory, that I was going to write a book about him.
Vanessa, I am sorry.
Miss Peekskill, about the sale.
What sale? I don't intend to stay in this house another minute. Will you please take me back to town?
Oh, surely.
Goodbye, Mrs. Muir. I thank you for your hospitality.
Oh, you're welcome. Most welcome.
Mrs. Muir, since there has been no sale, I hereby notify you that I am holding you to the lease.
Fortunate her finding that letter. Vanessa is obviously oversensitive.
Oversensitive, perhaps, but not overly perceptive. Well, that letter couldn't have destroyed your romance with her ancestor. You never mailed it.
Oh, well, that was merely the first draft. The second draft, which I did mail, was much more ferocious.
Oh, I see. Well, that was a good touch, that quotation about the coward and the brave man.
Yes, I thought so. Oscar Wilde, wasn't it?
Yes. It was a line from a poem he wrote about 30 years after you died.
Blast. Should have thought of that.
Why did you do it, Captain? I thought you were so charmed by her.
I was. Oh, I was. She was a sweet reminder of the past. You know, when I first saw this shawl on you, I really should have known.
Known what?
That no one can wear it as you do. It really belongs to you. You will accept it, won't you?
Yes, I'll accept it.
The past is a pleasant place to visit. But I wouldn't want to live there. No, for a long-term arrangement, I much prefer the present. Mrs. Muir, I found another letter. Quite by accident.
Oh? Another literary gem?
Shall I read it to you?
Yes, please do.
Well, it's addressed to you. It begins...
To me? Well, then don't read it. Don't you have any respect for the privacy of one's mail?
As you had for mine.
All right, you have a point. We'll respect each other's privacy.
Agreed, Mrs. Muir. And now, if you will excuse me...
Captain, my letter?
Oh, yes, of course. How silly of me.
My dear Mrs. Muir, the Schooner Bay General Store announces a sale.
Good night, Mrs. Muir.